launchpads here, all the sex. Reward. So, as a small yet pleasant gift for supporters, one startup today will reward every supporter of the event with their token. If you want to get the reward right now, do post about the event on social media and tag humans. And support the startup's pitching. You'll find out who the reward is from in the middle of the event, so please stay tuned. Now, before we start, I want to mention the Dealflow channel. So, the Dealflow channel is called Probably Nothing, and it's a place where founders can pitch to multiple VCs and investors can discover future unicorns. Today's participants are also highlighted there. Don't miss their decks. You can scan the QR code on the screen. Should be like right here somewhere on the screen. I don't know. So you can scan the QR code on the screen, or you can look at the link in the comments section to join the channel right away. So here it is. Join it. Pause the video if you are watching it back. Okay, awesome. So now that everyone has the Dealflow channel, let me go ahead and tell you guys just a little bit more info about our partners. So we'd like to thank our partners who helped us make this event happen. First, we have Weave by Chasm, an AI workflow manager that lets startups take advantage of generative AI. So thank you so much for being here. Weave, would you like to take the mic and maybe say something about you guys? We would be happy to hear you out.
Yeah, sure. Sorry for the background noise. I also only have like 30 seconds, so I want to tell every Web3 startup out there that if you are still building on GPT, maybe you should consider building on decentralized AI. And the best place to build on decentralized AI is definitely Weave. And yeah, that's basically the intro for Weave. Thank you.
Wow, short, sweet, and to the point. Well, awesome. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being one of our partners. It really means a lot. We couldn't have done this without you. So, we'd also like to thank other partners for their support. For example, LaborX, a blockchain-based jobs platform that helps clients connect with Web3 talents, and BN Crypto, a Web3 news platform. Again, thank you so much, guys. Big hug to you. We couldn't do the events without you, so thanks a lot. Let's give some virtual claps for our sponsors. Yes. Okay. So, just a small favor before we start, guys. We'd love to see your beautiful faces. So please consider turning on your cameras. It'll make the experience even more enjoyable for everyone. So you don't have to, but it would be nice, right? All right, so just a little bit about the format and then we'll get started. So the format is this. Founders will have a maximum of 5 minutes for their pitch. I'm going to have a timer on the screen, and once you reach that time, I'm going to have you wrap it up. And don't be offended if I tell you to wrap it up. It's just about fairness. Everyone gets 5 minutes. So here are some quick tips for our judges as well. During and after a pitch, you can show a raised hand emoji, and you can do that by going to the reactions button and then hitting raise hand. So it'll look like this. So if you have a question during the pitch or after the pitch, whatever it may be, then you can raise your hand and I'll know that you want to speak or ask a question. And we like some tricky questions too, so don't be afraid if you have a tricky question to answer. It's no problem. So if you like the pitch and you don't have any questions or feedback, then you can just show a heart emoji, just to show your support or show that you like the project. So yes. Anyway, we'll also be providing the Calendly links and the pitch decks for every startup pitching today in the chat, so investors can schedule calls with founders directly. If you're watching us online via the live stream, just click on the startup name, should be somewhere over here or over here, I don't know if I'm mirrored, and you can book a call with them and check their deck directly. So on the bottom of the bar, you'll also find a button to request an intro with your favorite startups. So go ahead and take advantage of that feature. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get started with the roast. Well, the demo day. It's not really much of a roast. But anyway, so the first project we have in our lineup today is Cuvée, a wine and whiskey loyalty platform and app. Cuvée, the floor is yours.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Andrew. I'm the CEO of Libation Labs. We make Cuvée. I'm calling in from a New York hotel room today, but if you're out at Eat Denver, I just dropped my Telegram, and so feel free to reach out to me if you're in Denver this week. When we started this business 2 years ago, just a quick preamble, we knew that the wine space was gargantuan, and we really wanted to just dip our toe in and start finding product market fit. We believe it's a very large two-sided marketplace. And when we started by selling exclusive high-end wine tastings with famous winemakers and winery owners. Through that process, we bought and sold a hot air balloon business to give ourselves a critical mass of consumer demand. And we now believe that as a pre-seed business going into our seed stage this spring, we have market fit and we're really ready to hit scale. And so we could dive into any aspect of our business. We eat, sleep, and breathe this 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we're very excited about 2024. But with that said, let's jump into what we're up to and how we're using blockchain technology. We know that the industry's got over 20% of all wine and whiskey worldwide is counterfeit. But when you get out into third tier markets or APAC emerging markets, you have something like 50% of all wine and whiskey is counterfeit, even the alcohol that's sold at restaurants. We're using defensible label technology, and we will put every bottle on chain the day it's produced. And we're already working with some of the biggest alcohol producers in the world. We're going to empower consumers to take unique bottles out of circulation. The two biggest types of counterfeiting are resealing bottles and also knocking off labels. Our label technology allows us to prevent both. For mere cents, we could put every single bottle on chain the day it's produced by working with our partners and integrating into their bottling lines. Using our app, we could take bottles out of circulation and issuing rewards to consumers for tracking what they try. Consumers taste, track, and earn currencies with our app. We offer 3 currencies in our ecosystem: a token for tagged and tracked bottles. For any partner bottle that does not use our tags, we can issue a hard currency in our app. And then for any bottle anywhere in the world, we can issue a soft currency. These currencies are spendable for rewards in our ecosystem. Today, the Cuvée app is in soft launch, focused on wine tastings in Napa Valley. We will send 50,000 reservations to Napa wineries this year. Each reservation is paying us an average of $30. Free rewards is really coming from this opportunity for consumers to track what they try. That costs us a couple of cents for each event. Brands are paying us full dollar amounts for getting access to the downstream sales events that are coming back to us through our ecosystem. We now believe that it's possible because blockchains have stabilized, compression technology has improved, and we have, for the first time ever, a defensible label technology that can work with bottling lines at scale. We're going to do just under $3 million this year. We're going to be working with 150 winery partners. Many people don't realize that 100 companies own 70% of all wine by volume, and we're working with some of the biggest ones in their sandboxes in their Napa Valley tasting rooms. So even though our app today is very focused on Napa Valley, we know that we can get to scale quite quickly on the supply side. We really see our ecosystem as being a two-sided marketplace where consumers can use our app to buy or reserve tastings using our currencies. And all of the data is the exact data that brands want to use to find their target consumer. We're definitely the team to build this. My co-founder Daniele and I were on the early team of Bungle. We were there pre-revenue and it sold to Blackstone for $800 million. We have found our CTO, Ben, who comes to us from Wine Direct, which is a big e-com player in the space, and also has done a bunch of work in the Dapper ecosystem. We're raising a $4 million seed round in the spring. Most of our existing investors have committed to reparticipate, And we are hoping to find the right person who would like to aspire to do a token in the future, but is really focused on business fundamentals and product market fit today. And we've got some amazing existing investors. We hope to meet a few more over the next couple of weeks. I'm Andrew at libationlabs.io, at Drew Dillinger. I'm at ETH Denver this week. Please feel free to reach out. You can download our app in the App Store. It's in soft launch. It's just called Cuvée. And thank you very much.
Awesome pitch. Thank you very much for that, Andrew. So does anyone have any questions or any feedback for Andrew about Cuvée? It's a very interesting project. By the way, just out of my own curiosity, I just wanted to ask, 20% of the global wine market is counterfeit?
Yes, sir.
How is that possible to refill the bottle or to label knock before it gets to the store or to the vendor?
Depending on the market, there's different types of counterfeiting. When you're an exporter country, for example, countries like Australia don't have enough consumers locally that they need to sell their wine that they produce in high volume overseas. So there's a lot of opportunity for people to either emulate the brand or buy secondary juices and put them back into bottles using the original bottles. And so in the US, it's not as prevalent, for example, because there's enough US consumers that many American brands do not export. But when you look at other spirit sectors, most countries that produce alcohol as a major part of their GDP have to export because there's not enough consumers in their home market, no matter how much they try.
Understood. Okay, cool. Thank you. Karan has a question.
Yeah, great pitch, Andrew. One quick thing. So if 20% of the market is like, counterfeited, so if you've put all the labels on the chain and then if users are removing it from circulation, what happens after that? How do you control the aftermarket of that once the user is removed from the circulation? Because it could still be counterfeited, right? People could resell the bottles and
because the tags that we're putting on each bottle are unique IDs to that specific bottle, as opposed to it's not a SKU, it's a unique ID to the bottle. We can see when that bottle's been redeemed, and then we can incentivize the activity layer, just like an energy in a game. We can remove or increase energy to the consumer. So good actors get rewarded more energy, more activities can happen. Bad actors, because it's in the alcohol space, the consumers in our ecosystem are doxed. So we have the ability all the way down to the consumer level to slow down or increase the number of activities that they can complete. And we can even shut it down. So we're not at risk in our ecosystem of somebody going down the aisle in the grocery store and tracking 100 bottles in a day.
But is the problem from the user side or is it from the manufacturer side?
I think it's a supply chain problem, and it's a downstream events problem. As a brand, if you are a high-end luxury brand and you sell into places like China, the places you do sell is limited to the number that would like to carry you, and you put onerous constraints on them, like they have to return the broken bottles labels and other things like that to stop that. And so by taking unique IDs out of circulation, anyone in our ecosystem can see that the bottle's already been consumed by somebody else.
Got it.
Awesome. We also have Ricardo with his hand up. Ricardo, please.
Yeah, it's not so much a question, but kind of feedback. I think that the services it provides is awesome, and I think you should lean into the consumer and information that you can receive, right? Because this app, because you have all the information from the bottle to the precise consumer and the demographic and the geolocation of that consumer, that's information that's very, very monetizable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for the feedback. We'll definitely tune that up.
Yeah. Also, I haven't seen the app, but it really has to focus a lot in account abstraction to make it extremely seamless for the user to not even know that they're using a blockchain.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's definitely part of our aspirations. It should feel seamless.
Yeah. I just have one last question, and that's it. And then why not just use a QR code scheme solution, right? That's been used across scratch codes and whatnot, where once it's scanned, that's it. And it could be back verified with the manufacturer if it's legit, like if it's real or not. Why use blockchain in general when that technology does exist for a lot of products these days?
I think that the brands, we're setting ourselves up to open up a secondary market as well. And so we don't want it to be brand owned. There's also things in the US like tied house laws that we want to make sure that we, stay mindful of and stay compliant of. We run the business as a Delaware C Corp. And so the brands would like to be able to, no pun intended, dust their hands of it once they've sold the bottle.
Makes sense. Okay. Pretty interesting.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your pitch, Cuvée. It was awesome. So now we will go to the next one. Oh, and by the way, just a reminder, if you want to book a call with Andrew, then you can do that by going to the chat and booking a call with him directly through his Calendly. Also, on the side here, we will have his pitch deck as well if you're watching the stream. So yes, if you are interested, please book a call, check out the deck. Awesome. So now we'll go to our next project. Next, we have WineChain, the first digital fine wine marketplace backed by the world's top wineries. So WineChain, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. More wine this afternoon. So can you hear me? The presentation is up, right?
Yeah, all good.
All good. So I can start. I don't see really where I am. All right.
You're at the top of the screen. Here we go. Okay.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for listening. I'm the founder and CEO of WineChain. So a little bit more blockchain and wine this morning. So our approach to use blockchain for the fine wine market and the wine market in general is quite different than what you heard before. So we are veteran founders on e-commerce and wine in general, and we have an approach of the problem of fine wine, which is from a consumer side and on a winery side, solving the problems of the market. Mainly the counterfeit problem is one problem. There's also one of the biggest problems for consumers is liquidity. Liquidity when you own a wine cellar, liquidity when you basically want to offset your wines. Most of the people in the market, actors, are claiming liquidity. The reality is that usually when you want to sell your wine, you have to sell it to merchants, and you lose 20 to 30% because there's no such a marketplace as a secondary wine market in general. For wineries, more or less, they're losing a lot of their fair share because the growing value usually leaves a lot of money on the table for all the middlemen. And in general, the growing value, they keep only 25% of what they really produced. So that's a problem. They also are luxury brands today, so they don't have direct relationship with the consumer, which is obviously what they want to build. The market opportunity is for the fine wine market, the top luxury wines is 20 billion a year, and the trade of those wines is 100 billion. It's growing fast because that's the fastest segment. As you can see in the luxury space in general, NFTs are applied as loyalty programs, as tracking, as ownership, and also as tradability. So this is, of course, in the winemaker as a fine wine market, as opposed to the luxury brands. The fine wine market is much more fragmented. There's about 1,000 families owning the top 2,000 wineries in the world, while in the luxury space, it's more like the top 10 own 70%. Most of them are French. 2/3 of the market are French, and me and my co-founders are French. So our basically flow is to mint a digital token, a digital twin for every case, which goes out of the winery and goes on WineChain. So by doing that, we solve actually the authenticity problem because the wine doesn't move anymore while it's traded. So it's only sourced from the winery, and then secondary sales can happen through the resale of the digital twin. when the token is sold on the platform, the wineries get royalties also only on the profit, on the growing value. So there's basically a full interface for consumers where they can build their sellers. It's through a wallet and through those tokens. They can manage that seller, they can trade, they can hold, and they can also ship. The marketplace for the wineries is a full CRM where they can basically release new releases and globally trade their wines. So our vision is basically to build the new global marketplace which has embedded liquidity for the world market. The secondary market of fine wine today doesn't have such a marketplace. And so that you can finally, as a consumer, don't lose the value just because you have the wines are stored, they're perfectly sourced. And so anybody buying from you know that the wine is absolutely pristine condition. And that's supposed, of course, to have a logistic side of it, which we built as well, so that we ship now from all over the world in 56 countries. So our unique advantages are basically, we come from the winery world. My co-founders are some of the very top winemakers. We are supported by them. They financed us as well. We are also have on board the second biggest logistics group in the world, CMA CGM, which help us build the logistics solutions. And we built the marketplace as a Web3 play with royalties to winemakers, all in blockchain technology, and particularly for the trading of the smart contracts. And we do fiat and crypto payments for your wine seller. So more than 100 brands now of the top 500 producers have joined, and many of them have actually also financed us. The main key here of the VC play is the flywheel effect. So it's like a classical two-sided marketplace, but the flywheel effect is enhanced by the secondary marketplace. So basically, wineries getting royalties mean that they collect more money on the go on the wine as the wine value grows, and which means, of course, they want to put more wine in the system. And for consumers, collectors, investors, it's better the same way, because once you get the liquidity, which nobody else has, because you can resell some of your investment, obviously you want to buy more. My team is my chief winery officer is one of the most well-known French guy in wine. He was best sommelier in the world in France. And the rest of my team is of ex-Amazon managers. My co-founder Xavier has been the CEO of Amazon Europe for 7 years. Marc Perrin is also one of the most famous winemakers in the world. He's the one who did the Miraval Rosé with Brad Pitt. And these are all backers, of course, of the company. So we've raised 6 million so far. We're raising this extension of round we want a little bit more Web3 capital. This is why to prepare our token launch. So this is why I'm pitching here in front of you. So we already have a couple of Web3 VCs, such as Fabric Ventures, and we're backed by a lot of the owners of the top wineries. Thanks a lot for listening. Here's the way to join me. And of course, I will add my Telegram in the chat.
All right. Awesome pitch. Thank you very much. So, do we have any questions or feedback for Nicholas from WineChain? Andrew's giving you a clap. That's awesome. I guess he liked it a lot. All right, we have a hand up from Ricardo.
Sorry. Yeah, just to be clear. So the idea is that by holding the token, holding the wine in a good cellar, that it doesn't have to change hands before it goes to the final consumer. But in the end, there's gonna be a final consumer, right? That's gonna physically hold the wine, right? So how does that happen?
So we ship. So basically, the idea is that when the wine doesn't move, it keeps the value, it keeps the authenticity, right? Which is guaranteed through the fact that you can track on the ledger that it was sold by the winery in the first place, and we keep the wine in a very secure facility. The other reason is not only because of counterfeit. The other reason is because perfect storage. If you ship the wine somewhere, if you ship it to you, you start to lose value because first you will have to prove that it was stored perfectly, right? And you might lose trust of the authenticity. And the other problem is how can you sell it to, let's say, if you're in the US and some Japanese guy wants it, how are you going to ship it to him, right? It's going to be very complicated that he trusts you, that you're going to ship it. It's almost impossible. So this is why then you go to an auction house or to whatever, and where you lose 20 or 30% of the value. With our system, we built the trust in between, thanks to the ledger, of course, thanks to the blockchain, but also thanks to the fact that the wine doesn't move. So to go back to your question, once you burn and ship your NFT corresponding to the bottle, then of course it's up to you. Our stuff stops, right? So there are a lot of companies trying to do, QR code ships and whatever. So far, our survey, our understanding is that a lot of people don't want that. A lot of consumers don't want to be tracked with a lot of ships and etc. A lot of the winemakers, a lot of top winemakers we work with don't want it either. And those who want it, there's like 12 different technologies. So we are working with some of them to establish a standard to be able to follow the bottle afterwards for some of them, for those who want. But this is not something which is going to go abroad in the close future, and it doesn't solve the problems of the market. So the way we operate is basically we solve it by organizing the marketplace. And the other thing, it's a service. It's a seller in the cloud. So when you buy wine now, you're going to drink, even if you're not going to sell it, right? You're just going to drink it. You're going to drink it because you love that bottle. Where are you going to drink it in 10 years? In which house? Are you going to move? So this is also a way to, completely secure everything for you.
And how can you enforce that the royalties will be paid?
It's part of the smart contract, and it's very clear when you buy it. It's like, very bold and big. So when the trade happens on the marketplace, it's automated.
But people can transfer the token, like I can give it to my brother.
So far, it's custodial on the marketplace. So what we're working on right now is to make it, of course, be able to fly in between wallets and outside of wine chain, as per se, while being able to collect the royalty at a certain point. One of the ways to do that is at the shipping moment.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, then. Do we have any more questions or feedback? All right, then. So if you have, or if you would like to book a meeting with Nicholas from WineChain, then you can find his Telegram in the chat. Of course, you can just reach out to him directly. And of course, you can see his pitch deck in the chat for investors. And if you're watching on the stream, it'll be on the side over here. So yes.
Yeah,
very
I just
good.
added my two contact details. Thanks,
Awesome.
everyone.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your pitch. It was great. So now on to pitch number 3. Next in line, we have Kaldi Company, pioneering the deep-in commodity revolution, starting with coffee. And guys, pay extra attention. Kaldi is the startup that'll share a token reward for supporters. So do post about the event on social media and tag humans to get the reward. Wow! Anyway, Kaldi Company, the floor is yours.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for the introduction. We're excited to be here. My name's Daniel Baum with Kaldi Company. We're going to be talking today about Kaldi Coin, coffee's digital currency. You had wine this morning. Now we're going to shift over to coffee. There's actually a lot of similarities in how these kind of strains and flavors are curated. So that's, I think, a great lead in. We're looking at this as the leading deep-in commodity revolution, and we're starting with coffee. So a little bit about the team real quick as we get into this. Myself, I'm primarily a technologist. I started in the telecom world, working for T-Mobile on the corporate side. I went into military intelligence, which is not a typical path, on that scale, but it introduced me to some early distributed ledger and other great technologies that I may not have, become in contact with at the time. And I've launched several technology companies since that time. One of the other founders is Professor Stefan Alish Taylor. He is a veteran of the business world. He's founded many companies, public and private, exited many. He's also an award-winning philanthropist who's created and crafted programs in the food security and sanitation sector, servicing over 2.8 million people in sub-Saharan Africa. I'm highlighting these two in particular. We have other really great backgrounds on the team, but these two, or rather these two backgrounds, we really want to mirror the commodity coffee side and the technology side of this project as we get going through this. And this industry, which is extremely large, or $500 billion annual industry, servicing a global population, has some really serious issues that it's trying to overcome right now. The first, in our mind, is around farmer financial exclusion. So there's an issue where over 60 to 70% of the world's coffee is produced by smallholder coffee farmers, and these folks have very low ROI in the supply chain. They struggle with poverty and other financial exclusion elements. This is causing a younger generation to not be attracted to stay involved. You have multiple middlemen that cause the pricing squeeze to producers, and it's a 100-plus-year-old industry that has not seen a lot of change in that time. So there's massive supply chain inefficiencies. For us, we view this as a very crossover solution between digital currencies and an infrastructure play around DePIN. And while there's some great features that we bring to the table, I want to highlight some key ones. First of all, we're a B2B marketplace that allows the trading of coffee direct from the farmer to B2B buyers, wholesale buyers on the coffee side. And in the middle of that transaction, we bring things like IoT traceability, memorialization on the blockchain, compliance and certificates of authenticity to meet regulatory demands, and AI tools that allow intake at a farmer level that is largely not technologically savvy in their own language and their dialect to bring that data onto chain so that we can aggregate and utilize it. The life cycle here, we process coffee in fiat dollars, US dollars. We don't gatekeep the transaction of coffee behind our coin, but we have a series of premium services and fees that are charged in Quality Coin. So as the market expands, you have hundreds of thousands of transactions happening on chain as well. The opportunity, the market is large. We have massive numbers and multiple customer segments in this marketplace in coffee alone. The technology engine that we're building is a crossover for other commodities as well. In the near term, rice, cacao, and palm oil, but long term, many others. For us right now, we have over 980,000 farmers on the supply side that are signed between South America and Africa. And on the buy side, we have an aggregate of various buyer elements representing over 100 million in buy demand. So we talked a little bit about demand. One thing I want to highlight here is we have coffee farmers themselves are the miners of the coin. So the physical labor of harvesting the coffee and selling it to the marketplace manages that inflationary ramp. And then we have a series of burn mechanisms and other elements that manage that. This is important because that means that fiat sales and infusion into the market is actually what's bringing the inflation for the digital currency side higher. Over $50 billion is financed on capital, usually like a receivables kind of financing loan for roasters and wholesale buyers to enter the coffee market. And that is something that we're going to be leveraging as well with our own financing arm, with a few points off of that going into that demand infusion to the coin. For our edge, we have a team that has done this before. We've solved some serious infrastructural issues. We're bringing internet connectivity through some key partners and major rule connectors in the marketplace, and allowing Quality Coin to be used as a utility mechanism to access these premium features and elements. And we're making sure to touch the industry elements where most profitable. For our raise, we have 5 billion cap supply, offering 250 million Quality Coin at a half a cent per coin. We're listed on Uniswap today. We're verified on CoinMarketCap. We're in the process of listing on some mid-tier exchanges as we speak, and we're going to be going live a little bit later this year. Our go-to-market strategy is, as you would expect, a mix of DEX and SEX strategy, institutional players like Copper, Winners Mute for market making, and other marketing. This round is a 1.25 million raise total at a 25 million FTV. Any questions for the team?
Awesome. Perfect timing. All right. Any questions? No? Okay, then. So if you'd like to book a call with Caldy Company, then please, investors, do so in the chat. And also you can find the pitch deck on the side as well. So, all right. Thank you very much for that pitch. Now let's go on to the next one. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, tag humans on your social media, and Caldy is going to share a token reward with you for their supporters. So yes, very good. All right, next we have the Arena, a next-gen SocialFi app redefining how creators connect, engage, and monetize their content. The Arena, the show is yours.
Hey guys, thanks Ian for having us. My name is Jason. I'm the CEO of the Arena. Quick backstory: the Arena was previously Stars Arena, one of the most popular SocialFi apps that was built on Avalanche. It was very viral at first, and unfortunately, the previous team mismanaged it and ran it into the ground. Like I said, I stepped in, acquired it, built a team around this. We ran the TVL back. We're at number 3 of all SocialFi apps behind FriendTech and Alpha, and really excited to share what we're building and where we're headed. One of the main problems that SocialFi solves for is this issue in the rising creator economy, with creators and artists not being able to truly monetize and earn to their full capacity. A lot of the Web 2 social media incumbents are extremely extractive. They own user data and keep a bulk of, or the vast majority of revenues for themselves. And there's not viable options or innovative solutions. SocialFi is really playing off the convergence of 2 rising trends. One, which I just mentioned, is this rise in the creator economy, right? The second is this rise in consumer apps in crypto, which we're seeing for the first time, right? This is really the first cycle where apps are being created that could be used by a mass audience, where a lot of the friction is being removed, and we're able to see the true benefits of Web3 technology form. So the Arena, what differentiates the Arena from other SocialFi apps in existence, such as FriendTech, is mostly around a global feed, which creates an open timeline where creators can get noticed. And we've seen very interesting behavior form. We have a very loyal user base on the Arena, and a lot of sort of unknown creators are able to rise very fast and monetize extremely quickly because of this. We also have a seamless onboarding process. So with stuff like Farcaster, you have to pay to sign up, around $5. On FriendTech, you need to buy a ticket when you sign up, so you need to have ETH on base. With the Arena, you sign in with 2 clicks, you connect your X, and you don't need any crypto. This allows us to appeal to a more mainstream audience, but it's built similarly with a similar ticket model. So people buy and sell tickets to get access to a private chat with you. Similar, and this is based off a bonding curve similar to FriendTech, although it's less steep. We also have an interesting feature, which is tipping. So users are able to tip other creators for their content. That used to be just in AVAX, the native Avalanche crypto, but we've extended it to meme coins, which has created a whole social dynamic, which is very interesting. We also have a referral system, weekly points airdrops, user profiles, and we've created badges. Badges take on-chain metrics and distribute these badges to user profiles, which these users can then be targeted for specific product launches. So far with these badges, we've onboarded some top NFT collections, DeGods, Sappy Seals, Pudgy Penguins. We have some Solana NFTs coming on this week. And we were able to reward loyal and early users of the platform who have earned a lot of rewards based on their on-chain metrics. The traction, there was 152,000 registered users on Stars Arena. Since we took it over, we've added 18,000 registered users. The total reach, there's around 350 million total X followers of all registered users, 30 plus accounts with 1 million plus X followers, so a lot of power users. There's been $12.5 million in revenue generated, gross revenue, in its history, around 2.5 million net to the platform. Why everyone loves the arena. We have testimonials where the arena is different than what exists. It's not just another SocialFi app. We've had people come on and say, creators from Instagram come on and say they've earned more in the first 2 hours than they have before, or especially on X, right? They earn more in the first few hours on the arena versus a month of creating content on X, for example. Some notable users, we see some power users from the crypto Twitter space like Kaleo, but also mainstream users. Sean Ano Lennon is John Lennon's son. He speaks about music. We have Dwight Howard from the NBA, Grayson Allen, all sorts of different people onboarding. I know I only have 10 seconds. The team, the co-founder on this is Philip Liu Jr., who was a founding member of the Avalanche team. We brought on the product designer who did the Facebook newsfeed, as well as the Coinbase wallet, product managers from Uniswap and Snap, etc. And yeah, we are raising just to wrap this up, we're raising a seed round of 2 million at a $30 million post-money valuation. It's a safe. We've raised from early Avalanche OGs, including the CEO, Goon, the Avalanche Ecosystem Fund, some angels like Balaji, Serena Vasan, etc. We want to make this really strategic. We've raised 1 million out of the 2 million total.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much for the pitch. I really like the aesthetic, by the way, of the deck.
Thank you.
I like the branding of the arena. So do we have any? Oh, Ricardo, we have a question or feedback, please. You're on mute.
Sorry. I noticed you said it's a safe, so was wondering if there's any plans for a token.
We are still discussing that. The safe has an MFN, so if we do decide to introduce a token, all investors will get that. But so far, it's just a safe to date.
Okay.
All right.
I think
and we also have
I had like
Karan.
a similar question, because in the SocialFi segment, if you're just doing a safe, it's really hard to scale, right? And with the token element, of course, it's a good incentivizing mechanism. But have you planned on also building some other features that could be interesting for a token side of things, or is it just going to be focused on more equity play?
Yeah. We're exploring a lot of options right now. It uses the native AVAX currency, so all fees are earned in AVAX for the creators and the platform. But as everyone who knows Avalanche knows, there are subnets which have native gas tokens, and we are exploring what the arena could look like as a sort of layer one SocialFi platform. Every week, users earn points based off of their app usage, so their content creation as well as their financial activity. So we will need to give out rewards for these points. But yeah, happy to discuss all of this in direct calls if anyone's interested.
Perfect. We'll look up a call. Thanks.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So we have reached the midpoint of the roast. So that means that I would like to have a brief section where we get to know some of the investors that are on the call. We have heard a lot from Ricardo and Karan, but I would also like to hear from a few other investors. So I'm just going to call on a few people. I'm not picking on you. We just want to know more about you and about why you're here. So let's have Fred from FunFair Ventures. He's a cool guy. I would love to hear from him about what he's looking for today and just to give a little bit of background.
Sure. So Fred from FunFair Ventures, we're a Web3 company that has focused in the last 2 years in supporting early stage startups in a Web3 space, or the ones who jump into Web3 space. We have a broad range of investments from infrastructure to DeFi, CeFi, but my main focus and I guess the reason why kind of I'm here is mostly in the gaming space. And ancillary areas.
All right, very cool, very cool. All right, then let's see who else we have on the call. How about we have Larissa from OpenPad? Earlier, Fyodor said that you guys started a venture arm. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. So as OpenPath, currently we have three main focus. The first one is the venture arm. We invest in a project which are all vertical, and mostly we invest in the seed and private round. We also have the launchpads and the incubation. We support early stage project. For project come to us, we not just invest, but we also help them with the funding to go to markets and connect to other like launchpads, centralized exchange, something like that. Yeah, so happy to be here and to mingle with the VC, and also looking forward to see lots of potential project here.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Ricardo, if you could share just a little bit of background, you've been very active, which is awesome. But if you could share just a little bit of background about yourself and what you're looking for today, that would be great.
Yeah, so we were kind of like a hedge fund since 2021, and we started a new venture capital fund late last year. So we're veterans in crypto, but the whole venture capital area is kind of new to us. And it's very exciting, and yeah, just here looking at opportunities and potential investments.
Sweet. All right. And let's also have Karan from Cypher. You've also been very active, so we would love to know what you are looking for, just a little bit of background.
Sure. I think we've been active in the market since early 2020. We're the Dubai-based fund, one of the active funds from the Middle East. We are like 50% infra focused, 50% consumer. And we've done a lot of infra deals in the last season, including projects like Mistin Labs and Verachain and a couple of others. Now our focus is more towards applications and let's say app layer, where we want more use cases on the chain, let's say. And that's what we're focusing on at this stage. And yeah, excited to learn more of the other startups coming on board.
Awesome. Thank you very much. It's just nice to get to know some of the investors, a little bit about their background and what they're looking for. So we'll go ahead and keep the train rolling here. Let's go to our next startup. We have Skillful AI, addressing the need for advanced personalized AI solutions in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. So, Skillful AI, the floor is yours. You're muted.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, can you see my screen? Sorry, because I'm not seeing something properly. Okay, thanks. So hey everyone, glad to be here. My name is Zoltan. I'm the CEO. I'm one of the founders of Skillful AI, which is an accessible AI ecosystem powered by Web3. So as you have probably already experienced, in general, today's AI is locked in a black box, kind of from the end user perspective. There are two general leaving specific needs unmet, and they are way too complex to personalize and monetize without extensive technical knowledge, let alone the security and the privacy of the user data. So we are bringing a whole ecosystem of cross-industry innovation where users can create and develop AI tools with an easy-to-use drag-and-drop interface, as well as deploy, own, and exchange AI assets in a very, very easy-to-use manner, enabling the users and the participants of the Skillful AI ecosystem to bring their specific skills into the AI realm and enjoy the benefits by monetizing them by NFTs in our AI marketplace. So I'm sure that the astronomical growth of the AI space itself is not new to anyone here. The size of the market is expected to grow over tenfold in the coming years, while the number of AI users are also breaking records basically on the daily basis. And we are here to take a slice of that addressable market and do so by bringing personalized AI to the people. What makes us unique is our user-centric approach, integrating all worthy AI tools into one future-proof platform equipped with our own proprietary memory solution for unmatched flexibility and customization currently on the market, robust monetization solutions, and complete control of privacy and security enabled by decentralized data storage and retrieval. So just a more visual representation of this, how the tech stack builds up a skillful AI. We are able to integrate, along with our own models, by the way, all the major AI tools from the providers, and so basically all of them that's available on the market. Train these models in niche-specific data, and enable the users to further personalize them. So what we have achieved so far in this short period of time, while working on the company for over a year now, we've incorporated in Q3 2023. We conducted an MVP testing and starting to building out and expanding on that. Received a grant from Google, and we also shortlisted for a second tier, which is in the hundreds of thousands already, just in terms of Google grants. We successfully closed an angel round, expanded the team, and then we are just about to release one of our LLM hubs that's going to be laying the foundation for the whole platform. The team is of professionals, basically, with experience from several fields and experience from companies like Intel, Apple, and so on. We're also supported by a team of advisors who had experience from companies like Kraken, the World Bank, or Revolut, or IBM. We've also been building very strong on the partnership front. You might be knowing some of these names. And the all glue that binds the whole ecosystem together is going to be our native token Sky, with a 1 billion total fixed supply. We're looking at the TGE in May 2024 at a launch price of 25 cents. So in terms of use cases, they're basically limitless. Any digital product that's out there could be built or brought to the platform, whether if it's expanding business processes or scaling outreach for influencers, increasing efficiency, or just improve lives in general. In terms of revenue streams, we have a freemium and subscription model. All the transaction fees can serve as a source, and we are also building custom enterprise solutions which we already have inquiries for. In terms of go-to-market, we already secured market makers and in talks with some exchanges with a laser-focused segmentation in marketing and strong partnerships. So what we are looking to raise in terms of all the rounds, it's just over $3 million. So I'm happy to discuss everything else after, because I just run out of time.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much for the pitch. Do we have any questions or feedback about Skillful AI? Tatiana, I noticed that you turned on your video. Would you like to ask a question?
Not right now. I'm just looking at the deck, but give me a few minutes.
Awesome. Yeah, and always feel free to schedule a call if you like, of course, as well. So yes, do we have any more questions or feedback? Okay, then. Thank you very much to Skillful AI for that great pitch. Now we will move on to the next project. It is BlessBet, the next generation gambling brand. BlessBet, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Hello guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Hello everyone. My name is Alex. I'm a founder of Bless Labs. Bless is the Web3 gambling brand. We are building B2B and B2C gambling solutions, and we noticed several problems in the current gambling space. Few of them as outdated and slow user interface, KYC policy, blocking of successful players with balance confiscation, and boring games, of course. And we have developed solutions such as fresh and modern UI that works faster than 99% of competitors, like Rollbit, Stake.com, and many others. We have no KYC policy, no account restrictions, and welcome policy as well. This means that we don't restrict or block our players because we have well-optimized sports betting line for that. Also, we have unique and exciting games. We work with a large number of leading gambling providers, and also we developing games where we're utilizing IPs of different NFT projects like Pudgy Penguins, Azuki, Mad Lads, Beans, and many, many others. And we offer a full range of gambling experiences to our users, including sports betting, casino with large number of slot machines games, live casino games, and our original games with IP usage of different NFT projects, crypto futures trading, loot box games, and you can also enjoy with our instant deposits and withdrawals using our own payment processing system. And under our business model, we have a house edge of up to 6%, depending on the product, I mean, casino or sportsbook. And under the B2B business model, we charge a fixed fee for installing of our software and also up to 15% of GGR fee as well. We also provide our payment system as a separate service, and we charge up to 1% deposit fee there. This is the gambling market. Probably you know that this is the one of the hottest and most profitable markets today, and it's valued at 86 billion, with some predictions to growth of more than double by the next 7 years. This is our go-to-market strategy. It consists of several stages. We are on stage 1 right now. We are launching our NFT collection pretty soon, which will allow us to build an active community around our brand. And I believe that we can convert some of our holders and community to our users on the platform. Then we will use airdrop farming strategy, one of the best marketing tool today. After that, there will be referral and ambassador program in collaboration with one of the major Web3 influencers and creators. And after that, we will use target marketing and CPA marketing to attract Web2 users. This is the competition slide. You can check it after the pitch session in our pitch deck. Our team consists of professionals in different niches. I have 7 years experience as professional sports betting player, played in over 1,000 casinos and sportsbook for this time. My co-founder is an ex-Procter & Gamble worker and also business executive with large experience in different markets, different countries. Our CTO has 22 years of experience in developing complex applications and 5 years of experience as a dev lead in casino software development company. Our data scientist was PhD in mathematics. He's working on math models for our games and sports betting client as well. And one of our marketers worked with the biggest gambling companies in CS region, such as FunFair, Olimbet, and Melbet. We are raising $500,000 for 6 million valuation for safe plus token warrant. We will use these funds for marketing as well, of course, but also for product modernization. We want to expand our team, want to hire another one developer to make all of the process faster. And this is our tokenomics slide. As I said before, we have a token warrant. This means we will have a token. This is the token utility. You can earn it, spend it, take it as well. And this is our roadmap. We will go live in the next months. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for the attention.
All right. Awesome. Thank you to Bless. Thank you very much. So, do we have any questions or feedback for BlessBet? I have a quick question for you. Well, really, I have two quick questions for you. The first one is why bless bet? Like God is going to bless you at your gambling?
Yes and no. We have a NFT collection. It's it's my big passion and what I love. And our NFT collection include some traits, for example, with demon eyes or something like that. And we are playing with with words, bless, some of the demon traits, angel traits as well. And our NFT collection, by the way, in anime style, this is something that's community really like. And we have partnerships with Chiru Labs. It's a mother company of Azuki and Beans, because we will use their IPs for our slot machine games.
Cool. All right. My question is less important than Fred's question, so let's have Fred ask first. Fred, what is your question or feedback?
Not sure how much important my question is, but unfortunately, I've been in the gambling space for more than 20 years, and we've actually built a blockchain casino. So I had two questions. You said you have no KYC.
Yeah.
So that leads me to an interesting question. Where are you guys going to be regulated, if regulated at all?
We want to be regulated in Curacao, and I know that they ask for KYC, but there is a lot of cases of different, companies, like, for example, CloudBet, for one of them, one of the biggest player in the space. And for example, Stake.com worked without KYC for many years, for around 4 years, maybe. And yeah, from the start, KYC, it's not, we will not ask for KYC from the start, but, if there will be some suspicious activities, like, I know, for AML policy or something like that, in some cases, of course, we will ask, but it will be, 1% of cases.
So if that's the case, how are you going to tackle with the fact that some regulations will be not allowed gambling, certain, Middle East countries, the US in general, the UK, and tons of other countries? How are you going to tackle that?
We will block IPs, of these countries, but of course people can use VPN or something like that. And also, it's not a secret, the traffic of different major bookmakers from US, from Canada, because you can track traffic to Stake.com, and almost 20% of the traffic from US countries, but it's not allowed. They have their own license, for US states, but anyway, people can play there from US.
Okay. Just a final question. What is the, how the games, in terms of how they work, are they by blockchain smart contract based or just off-chain?
No. It's fully off-chain, but we want to put in near future open data to our website, to show the true fair play to our users.
Okay, cool. I think that was it.
Awesome. All right. Tatiana, I also saw that you had your hand up. Was your question already answered? I think we lost Tatiana. It's okay. Anyway, very interesting discussion. So thank you. Oh, there's Tatiana. She's in the waiting room. She came back. Hooray! Tatiana, hello. I was just saying that you had your hand up, but then you put it down. Was your question already answered? She's shaking her head yes. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much to BlessBet. It was a very good pitch. It's a very interesting space. So let's go on to our next pitch and our final pitch. Last but not least, we have Kinetics Network, decentralized and highly efficient cross-chain protocol. Kinetics, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Tiger. I'm the co-founder of Kinetics Network. Just a moment. Let me share the screen. Is it working now?
Yes.
Perfect. Shall I start?
Please.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Tiger. I'm the co-founder of Kinetics Network, and today I would like to make a presentation with our new product. It's an intent-based cross-chain platform. We call it Flash Trade. It's an instant swap between networks using ZKP. Why we do it? Because now in DeFi space, they're too difficult for the average users to understand everything how is going on. And we strive to make the solution for users very super fast and simple, just like a centralized exchange or hot wallet. And we solve problems such as high gas commission, losses on indexes, such as slippage tolerance or MAVATX, moving liquidity without storing TVL in pools, fast execution time of transaction, so you don't need to wait validators and pay for each transaction to validators and trust them. And there's like no longer any need to run DEX and bridge combination, pay gas on each network, or wait hours when the transaction is complete. So what is the futures like in the flash trade? The first one is one of the most important, is instant execution time. So just one block confirmation. There's also MAV protection. So there is like no losses or additional payments like in the DEX, in the pools. Gasless law. So just one time approve, that's all. And all roles build it in one transaction. For example, you can exchange whatever you want on whatever you want. Let's say Bitcoin, you want to swap to DAI, Stable, Matic, BNB, or whatever, and you can make it just in one transaction. Or you can swap any Ethereum tokens to any other tokens. Let me show how that works in live, because we already like entered the mainnet, and I can show you how that works. So for example, I choose Ethereum on Arbitrum network, and I want to change it on USDC on a DAI. Let's say I will put like $10. Right now, that's the maximum. Here we can see the $2.7. That's how much resolver will take to execute this transaction. 7.25. That's exactly the amount how much user will receive. So it's a fixed rate. There is no any slippage or any additional cost. And as you can see here, we have a quite good optimization, depends on the competitors, and that's not the maximum. Right now it's in debugging mode, it will be more higher. Let me show how that works, for example, on Bitcoin. This is a native Bitcoin, so I want to sell my native Bitcoin and receive USDC on Optimism. So first, what I need to do, I need to create an order and make this order, sign this order in the MetaMask. After I will receive a wallet where I need to send my assets. Right now, I will use a Trust wallet from my mobile phone. So I just put a camera on the QR code. I sign the transaction and send it. And now we wait. So first, you can see here, the blue bar is a resolver receives the assets. And the second, as soon as the resolver receives asset, the transaction will be complete. So as you can see here now, transaction is already completed. So it's a mainnet, and you can also try it, see how everything is work. So as you can see, I receive on my wallet 8.8. And here we can find the transaction that resolver received in a Bitcoin on blockchain. Technically, we can take all the transactions from the mempool, but in the real product, not in a demo, resolver will wait one confirmation because it's needed for security part. So that's what we've done so far. And in the next month, we're planning to make announcement of release, enter the mainnet, and complete the work on the SDK. So any project, they can easily, quickly and easily integrate flash trade, set the commission on their own, and receive monetization from your users. I'm done.
Okay, awesome. Did you mention what your ask was?
Pardon?
What's your ask? How much money are you asking for?
Oh, we already have done one round previously. Our was lead investor Gnosis and Factor, and also we have one small round with angels from 1inch guys. And right now we're planning to open a pre-seed round. We're looking for 3.5 million.
Okay, got it. Ricardo, you had your hand up first, so we'll go ahead and take your question first.
Yeah, I know time is limited, but can you go a bit into the details of what's going under the hood?
Sure. This is a little bit different structure, so there is no DEXs, no pools, no aggregation. It's an intent-based form, so there's like auction between different resolvers. So resolvers right now just one, it's a Kinetics Labs, but in the future it will be public resolver. So any resolvers like from Uniswap, 1inch, CoSwap, anyone they can join, or for example anyone who provide the collateral, they can join and start to execute the orders. We have some formula according how your collateral will be calculated. So for example, if you want to swap on $10, you need to provide collateral $14, $15 depends on the assets. And you have like 90 seconds to execute the transaction. If during 90 seconds you not complete the transaction, anyone can liquidate your collateral and receive. So for example, I start my order on $10 and you not completed, but you have a collateral like $15. So another resolver pay me $10 and unlock your collateral for $15. So for resolver, it's like easy money. I pay $10 and receive $15. If nobody liquidates this position, in this case, user can withdraw collateral and receive $15.
Okay, and the prices are Oracle based?
No, there is collateral always in a stable coin. So there is no change in the price or valuation.
But how do you know that the swap price between Bitcoin and USDC?
That's why we have a formula. So it's like an additional coefficient. It depends on the asset. So for example, we have a longest time of all the organization blocks during this 90 seconds, and we time it x2. So that's how we get the formula.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. And now we have Rick from Outlier Ventures.
Hello, I hope you can hear me well. My headphones not bad. I was just curious. I noticed that Wormhole in your pitch deck is both cited as competitor and as a partner. What's the nature of the partnership with Wormhole?
If you ask about the bridges, we have two products. The first product is aggregation, which already on our website and in the mainnet. So there's all the partners which we mentioned, we aggregate them, we use liquidity for aggregation. Difference between aggregation and flash trades, that on aggregation you can find absolutely any token on the DEXs, some specific or exotic tokens. On a flash trades, there is the most liquided assets, and this is focused on a B2B and market makers, because there is a fast execution. And for example, if you do a transaction like, let's say, from Binance, you can put this transaction in the same block on Ethereum, because it's like on the Binance it's a 3 second, on Ethereum it's like 12 second. You can put your assets liquidity on Ethereum transaction, and this is really good and interesting for market makers and for arbitrage. And also there's a really competitors race because high efficient on the gas. And also we use in adapters message protocols from all our partners, like a Layer 0, Wormhole, Teller. We use it in the adapters for some networks where the ZKP not working.
And one last question: do you plan to integrate directly with Ledger, or?
We need to study this case. Why not?
Well, especially for Bitcoin, I imagine a lot. Personally, I like to interact directly in the Ledger, so it would be great to have the app in there in Ledger Live.
I don't have any direct conversation right now with the Ledger, but I think as soon as we will ready to onboard partners on SDK and API, we will definitely contact all the most important like wallets and all the players in the ecosystem of crypto community, because our strategy is to integrate API and SDK in all the protocols and wallets.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much for that. So, great pitch from Kinetics. And with that, we are going to wrap up the show. That was our final participant for today.
Thank you.
Thank you to, of course, yes, it was great to have you. So thanks everyone for joining us today. The judges, the participants, our partners from Weave, LaborX, and BN Crypto. We couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much. If you're interested in joining the upcoming event, the TGEQ2 Demo Day, feel free to reach out to me directly in the private messages on Telegram. I'd be happy to provide you with more details and make sure you're all set to participate. My handle is @IanMVA. That's @IANMVA. Or if you just want to talk about crypto, you could also reach out to me. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. It was an awesome demo day. So we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.